says, oh, it's still going live. There we go. Finally. That took like a minute. I'm not late, chat. I swear. It just took a minute for it to actually process going live. I'm blaming YouTube on that. I'm not late, chat. I swear. Oh, boy. All right. The noon stream is off to a great start. Hello, chat. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining at this different time period. I know for Europeans, this is a better time zone. For North Americans, thank you for showing up at noon. Isn't MTGO down for maintenance? It seems to be up. So it could be really bad if they did like a very delayed maintenance. But it's supposed to be 8 a.m. PST for 2 to 3 hours, and then I checked at 11 and it was up. So I don't know. Maybe they're doing a super late server thing, and then this is going to be a very short stream. Fingers crossed.
I would be very sad.
Yeah, I would be too, because this is literally the only time I could stream, because I'm doing a Card Kingdom thing as well in the evening time. So Friday will be the regular time period, but this is more of an impromptu early stream for Wednesday, and see what the reaction is. This is going to be fun. And so yeah. Before we jump into the game, a quick reminder to everybody who's here. I stream Wednesdays and Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern time for about 2 to 3 hours, and this is more of a once in a blue moon type stream where I'm streaming 6 hours earlier than that at noon Eastern time. And if you're interested in joining a future stream, please send me an email at somewhere@mtggoldfish.com and leave a little thing in the title saying that you would like to join the stream. All you have to do is all you have to have is a working mic, be comfortable doing voice chat during the stream. Ideally, Magic Online would be much preferred. I do have a lot of people who want to play webcam with me, but the list is very long, and I very rarely do webcam EDH. So looking mostly for people who are for Magic Online, but if you are also interested in webcam EDH, that is definitely available as well. So yeah, we have a sweet game. As soon as Card Kingdom reaches out to me, it's been a while. All right. So this is a good time actually to see what everybody else is playing. So I'm just gonna go around the table. Canon Spectacle, Canon, what you're running today?
Hey, glad to be back here. I am playing a Rubinia Soul Singer Bant Populate deck, which I mentioned last time I was on here that I had tried to the concept, like in theory, it should be doing a lot of the same things that the Geared deck is doing, except for less attacking focused and more dirtily. But I don't know, in practice, it doesn't seem to do those things. I'm really hoping that it actually works on stream. It'll be kind of disappointing if it doesn't. I'm I'm a little annoyed that of my 10-ish card draw effects, 9 of them are green, and I'm playing a blue deck. But so it goes, because green gets all the good stuff these days.
Green is a good color, I do hear.
Yeah, I hope it actually is able to do things and not just sort of like stumble around. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm. All right, sweet. Next up, we got Kaiju. What are you running today?
Hello, super excited to be here. I am going to be playing Fraximundao. So the deck's going to be all about sacrificing permanents, getting in for big chunks of damage, and just making my opponents miserable.
That's off to a good start. So definitely gunning for the arch enemy status right off the bat.
Hopefully.
Oh, and hey, Adriano. Welcome, welcome. And next up, we got Knusp. Hello, Tom. Welcome.
Hi there. Yeah, I am today gonna run Mazirek Graue Death Priest. I have run this once before on stream, and it's Insect Tribal.
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
Yes, Insect Tribal. And insects actually have quite a bit of synergy. It's a mix of go wide, go big, and also sacrifice.
Mazarek seems to support that pretty well.
Yeah, I remember Mazarek. I remember a certain what was it called? The thing that kills flying creatures was quite powerful as well. And by the way, Tom, I hear that you're also streaming. So I posted a link to your stream in the chat. So if you want to see Tom's version of Tom's perspective of the game and everything, definitely check that out. Ness, when do you usually stream? What's your schedule like?
I'm sorry, but my name is Michael.
Oh, sorry.
My
Tom.
name's Tom.
Kaiju's Tom. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not.
I usually stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. I would start right now and stream for 2 to 5 hours, depending on what I'm playing. And I'm also streaming on Sundays, 3 hours earlier and also around this time. Currently, I'm streaming FTL because I've rediscovered the game, and FTL Faster Than Light. It's a roguelike, and I'm currently trying to get through it with every single ship. And I've also rated those. I guessed the rating, and then I'm actually rating them again when I prove it. And it's been difficult. I have become a lot worse at the game. I used to be a bit better.
I have heard that FTL is a ridiculously hard game.
Nah, many people say that, but it's okay from the difficulty. The thing is that there was later an expansion, which makes the game a lot harder than it used to be because they massively buffed the final boss. Which is difficult because you aren't really stronger. You have more options, but it works somehow.
That sounds fun, but also very frustrating. Or that it can be frustrating.
It definitely can be. But you just have to realize that it's not about getting through the game perfectly. But also we're playing Magic, so sorry. Just went off on the tangents there.
No worries. I'm just catching up with chat right now. Hey everyone. A little goof. It's apparently 22 minutes has elapsed since my order, which has not arrived yet, which is very uncharacteristic of the loan program. So during this time, a little bit of downtime, I'm going to catch up with chat very quick. Hello, Christopher. Scott, we can't hear you? Oh, interesting. Let me check the audio. Seems to be fine. Is it because my microphone's too far away? I can move it closer.
Ooh.
Is that better? Just dropping to say thanks for building great budget decks. You're my go-to deck builder for quality and fun decks. Awesome. Glad you like them, Pavilas. Punt count 1? Yeah, that's definitely a punt count. EDH fix of the day, yes. We can hear you. Okay, just a little bit quieter than typical. It might have been because the microphone's a little bit close, a little bit further away, but now it's very close. It's a very close chat. Interesting with this card holder delivery. I wonder what's up. I'm gonna give them a quick message. Hey, delivery bot is. There's a bug.
So, Tom, your deck's a artifact deck led by Crown and Armix. Is that the name? How you say that name?
Yes. I guess it's a good time to explain my deck. Yeah. This is Armix and Crom. This is a partner pairing that I actually really like as an idea. Both these partners are very powerful individually, and then together they seem to be pretty strong. Armix is essentially like a cheap, efficient removal on a stick. It wants to have a lot of artifacts in the deck, but whenever it attacks, you can discard a card, and then a creature defending player controls gets -X until end of turn, equal to the number of artifacts on the battlefield and your graveyard. And I think Ankylosaur was the one who ran it in a previous game. He did mono black artifacts with it, and it was a very aggressive deck, and it was very
that
efficient.
deck was sweet.
Yeah. And I've always wanted to build an Armex artifact deck, but I wanted to add additional colors to it. So there was one other partner that I was thinking about was Silas. I forget the name of it. Silas Wren Secret Up. Yes. So
you know that Armex is in the
one.
art for Silas?
That's what I was
Is he?
told. But then apparently I think it's Brea who made Armex actually, and not Silas. But
I don't know. Maybe they're just buddies.
It's definitely like it's both are from Esper, so they both have a similar design, and I think it would have been a lot better had Armex been this thing that was being worked on. I feel like maybe it was, maybe I'm wrong on that one, but yeah, there is definitely a lot of similarities there. So I wanted to do Silas, but then I really wanted to add a bunch of red artifact cards because I felt like it worked really well for Armex's ability. So I ended up going with Crom. Crom is not artifact related at all, but it's just a really efficient partner that gives access to blue and red, and that lets you run a bunch of really powerful red artifact cards because red is like a primary for artifacts of blue. And you get stuff like Goblin Welder and Goblin Engineer and Slowbad. I love Slowbad and Taunus and all that good stuff. And yeah, I was super
Taunus is a card that I feel like should see more play. Like, it seems like a really powerful commander that doesn't get played a lot.
Yeah, it definitely does seem. It definitely should see more play.
Yeah, I think it's very sweet. But it's always a card that's like, it looks very sweet. It doesn't do anything individually though, so it kind of gets overlooked a lot. And yeah, sometimes I run like an artifact deck and I don't end up actually putting it in there because I need like a ramp card or a card draw card, and Taunus doesn't do anything individually, so it gets a little bit awkward in that regard. But I think it's really good. I think you put it in any artifact deck, and I think it's going to overperform.
Yeah, I built a Grixis artifact deck, and I haven't updated it since Commander Legends came out, but it's Crown and Silas, and it is very similar to what you built. It was really fun.
Yeah, I think artifact decks are very sweet, and you can build in different ways. Like the main gimmick that I was going for this one was that it has no combos in it, or no combos that I'm aware of, which is actually like very difficult to do in an artifact deck.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's a super delayed one. No. Gosh.
We busted.
Well, anyway, thank you everyone for coming to the stream.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Oh man, super delayed Magic Online. Well, that is very unfortunate, folks. So usually, from my knowledge, the maintenance happens weekly Wednesdays, but it starts at 8 a.m. PST, which would have been 11. But yeah, apparently it's a delayed one this week. Yep, scheduled maintenance. Sorry, folks.
That's disappointing.
Yep. So we're gonna have a short stream today. Yeah, that is definitely quite unfortunate. Play arena, build a deck as a family. I think building a commander deck could be kind of fun to do. Yeah, I mean the maintenance was scheduled. Yeah, it was. That is true. That's not something that was unknown. It was more like I was hoping that it would finish up before the stream would happen instead of starting right as stream started, which is a bit unfortunate. Spell table? No, that's not going to be happening right now.
I'd have to clean my table for that, so no.
Yeah.
I'd have to find the cards missing from the one deck. That would probably work.
Yeah, an impromptu spell table would not work out very well.
Well,
Ah,
shucks.
Yeah, build a deck
Well-
live. That kind of sounds fun. I just woke for this. Don't worry, we'll salvage this somehow, some way. All right, I think a deck building live thing could actually be kind of fun, impromptu. What would chat want to see built live?
Insect tribal.
Insect tribal?
It's really weird that the insect tribe hasn't got that many support cards.
I feel like that's definitely on the list of things to do. Phylath, Riss. All right, Riss is not a.
There were a couple decent cards in what was it? Like the one that ended Scoot Swarm.
Yeah, but
Scoot Storm. Well, let's see. If I type in insect,
there's a lot of insects, but there's no
Scryfall.
cards that care about like the amount of insects you have or do something with insects.
Yes, there's one thing. I mean, that's basically only working with Mazirek, but there was this insect. I think when it comes into play, you get as many insects as you have put +1/+1 counters on creatures you control, I think. Something like that. I am running it, but I just can't look at the moment. Oh, wait, I can. I have the deck open. Haha! Technology.
Can I talk about a bit about the deck I was planning on playing?
Oh yeah, sure.
So actually, I sent this deck idea to you, Tomer, on Twitter like months ago. So the idea behind this is that blue has a lot of effects that are make a token that's a copy of target creature, which I thought would be more interesting than having the red stuff to populate with. Okay, actually, I put this deck idea together after thinking about what deck would. Because Oven Wind Guide seems like it would be a really powerful finisher in the right deck. So I wanted to put something together to make that best, and so blue has all those effects like Cackling Counterparts, Healy's Artistry, Spitting Image, Progenitor Mimic, stuff like that. That'll make tokens that are copies of things that are already on the battlefield.
Right.
The issue I've found when I'm like play testing this deck is that I get all my stuff that benefits from me making tokens that are copies of things and not actually have ways to make tokens or something like that. I don't know. I haven't ever actually played a game with this deck. I've just goldfished it a couple times, and it just always it seems like it gets stuck a lot. Maybe there's a different commander I should be using, like the new Bant one from Commander Legends, but I don't think that would necessarily work that well because there are 15 creature cards in the deck, and the Bant one would want me to have a lot of creatures. I don't know. I also might just want to, if I want to push this concept, I might want to go 4 colors so that I could play like Brutaclad and Mythos of Illuna and the red support cards from C19.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was really hoping that during the stream it could be like, okay, yeah, here's my deck. I'm trying to do its thing. It's not doing its thing. Do you know what I could do to maybe make it do its thing? So it goes.
Well, I'll definitely bring you in on a future one. I've never seen Band populate before, so that would be interesting to see in the future.
The card I was referencing earlier is called Iridescent Hornbeetle. And it has, at the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each +1/+1 counter you've put on creatures under your control this turn. So with Mazirek, you can easily make like 20 insects in one turn.
Ooh, that sounds sweet.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I saw a really good question in chat, which is where is it? If we could have ourselves proxied on any commander, who would it be? For it like us. What?
Oh, I don't know. Well, what would you guys want to be proxied on?
I'd probably do Mercil, as it does a lot of stuff I'd like to do, which is stealing other people's stuff.
So this would be more like, what's your favorite commander that you would like to be on, essentially? Interesting. I think Edric for me then. But first I want to get this poll running. So chat, I'm going to be building a commander on stream. So any others from Marit? I don't know what. Well, Marit would be tribal, right? And that would be. I don't know. I feel like I've covered that pretty well for the Dragon fairly recently. Jeskai Giant Tribal. That's kind of interesting. I see 2 for Giant Tribal. I really liked Agar. Agar was a ton of fun.
Agar was very fun to play against. Yeah. I've been wanting to build it, but I haven't been able to get hold of those free cards that are just elusive.
Yeah. So Insect Tribal, we got Phylaf. I added a Clue Tribal. Just out
Clue
there.
Tribal sounds great.
Maybe a treasure
Clue
deck?
Tribal gets my vote.
All right, I'm going to just post this poll. We got 4 options. I think that's enough. And
I had
to link it.
a friend who in paper had a Kiri Line Slinger and Kaidili Chosen of Krufix Clue Tribal deck. Which I don't remember if it was good, but it was cool.
I think the Bant Dragon from Commander Legends would work pretty well, because if you build like a pull of artifacts in the deck, you can use your clues to draw more cards.
Yeah.
Which was that? Let me see here. Yeah, I forget the name of the dragon. Do you remember the name of it?
Amaranth the Lustrous.
Ah.
And you could also then put like food and treasure mechanic cards in to get more to draw more artifacts.
I like that a lot. So I actually like my pet favorite tribe that I've never actually got to work was Clue Tribal, and I went Bant before because you really want to be in Bant to get all the sweet Clue cards. And I did it with Derevi on Commander Clash, and Derevi was fine, but wasn't particularly synergistic. So Amaranth actually seems kind of fun, but we'll see what chat wants. Forced Combat Tribal. I think we're gonna go with one of these 4. But this one, yeah, this would definitely be the commander for it, Amaranth. Whenever a permanent enters a battlefield on your control, like the top card. So it would be definitely a artifact-focused Bant deck, which is kind of interesting. Took my vote, but it's not updating.
I think you want to have a lot of artifact synergies for Clue Tribal anyways. Another thing that if you play red, you get like Europe or Ether Grid.
Yeah, that'll work.
Which seems really good when you're making a bunch of clues.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Oh, yeah, I found my old list. This is apparently, when was it? 2016. How long have we been doing Commander Clash? My
a bit longer than that, I think.
Yeah, wow.
So I think one of the first that she did was Oath.
Yeah, that's actually.
It was Commander Clash 20, so probably about.
This would be the first season because this is before the concept of season, so this would be season 1. So it would have been in 2016 is when 2016 was when we started. So 5 years, my goodness. So this was the prototype. This was 5 years ago. My Clue Tribal deck. Can we make it? Can we make a better version of Clue Tribal?
Probably.
Yeah.
Do we have the technology?
We have 5 years.
Right before I went away to college.
Yeah.
We have, as Krim says, 2019 onwards.
Yeah. We have a little bit of a. We have some better technology now.
I think
little better options.
Was this a budget deck back then? Because it is quite expensive now.
Yeah, because of like tireless tracker.
Yeah, but also doubling season is then. I'm not sure how expensive was doubling season in 2016.
Well, now it's $50.
Yeah.
But the entire deck was $250, which is not the worst, but definitely some stuff we could do to shave off the budget if we're going for.
I don't
cheaper.
remember doubling season ever being cheap.
Not cheap, but not $50.
It was
Yeah, it was when it was reprinted last year. It settled only at 40. But if we look at the Ravnica, at least Ravnica would tell like a full story. So it never, even a decade ago, it was never like under like $15.
Yeah, you'd have to like print it at an uncommon in a set for the price to dip.
Looking at the timeline, it kind of shows the interest in Commander as well. Like you can see there's a gradual increase around 2015, right, with Fate Reforged. Up until then, the price was pretty steady, and then you just see it go up and up, and then 2017, huge increase. Which I think that kind of matches also the popularity in Commander as well. Even 2016 was around $30. Yeah, that's correct. $30, $40. All right, let's see what the poll is looking like. All right, I think it's pretty easy to call it here. We're doing Clue Tribal Friends.
Yay!
So everyone in the chat, everyone in the Discord, you're welcome to stick with me here as we do the thing that we can all work together on it.
Sure.
Unfortunately, yeah, I just goofed on the Magic Online thing. It's gonna be down for a couple hours, so yeah.
Thank you for the invitation, but I am going to drop.
Oh yeah.
It was nice being here.
No worries.
And I will definitely be joining again if I have the possibility.
Mm-hmm. And also, I'll post a link to the stream again. One sec.
I am already offline.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm not. Today, I wasn't planning on streaming usually. I usually don't stream Wednesdays, but I would have for the duration of this. But well, it happens.
Yeah, unfortunate. I'll have you back on another time.
Anyway, everyone, have a nice day. Bye.
Later.
Yeah. The kind of funny thing is, so I usually haven't been scheduled to work on Wednesday nights, but for some reason, the last few weeks I've been scheduled to work Wednesday nights. So I was like, oh, darn, does that mean I can't make the Commander streams anymore? And then this one's early. I can actually do this as long as I wake up on time. Oh.
Yeah. Wait, why did that not work well? This is not finding all the clues.
Try typing investigate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because that's the mechanic.
Oh yeah, I think there's another way to also find in the reminder text, but maybe. All right, so the plan here is going to build a clue tribal deck, and we're going to be running every single clue and thing that makes clue tokens, and that's the start. And it's going to be under Amareth. So step one is always to add every single clue into the deck. And we're going to do that mostly with Scryfall. So 2 ways we're going to be searching for it. You're going to search for clue tokens. But yeah, I think every single word, investigate. There's only one card here that doesn't say, it says it on the back side. So hopefully that picks it up. Graphmole is the only one that if you search for investigate, you wouldn't find it because it doesn't actually investigate. You just gain life whenever you sacrifice a clue. So step 1 is add the stuff that just says clue, and then step 2 is going to be investigate. So we're going to build a budget clue token deck, and I'm going to say the budget restriction is going to be $100 because that's what people seem to enjoy in terms of a limit. And our commander is going to be Amareth the Lustrous because... Sorry, what?
I was just about to say, if you were willing to like split to put a bit of money into a card, Anointed Procession would be good because this would be another token doubler.
Yeah, we'll have all the cheaper token doublers in the deck, and then we're gonna go also with. Whoa! Wow, it's $26 now.
Oh, for me,
If
it's
you're
only
looking
13.
for token doublers, you can see a lot of the stuff I have in my deck.
True.
Because my deck is playing stuff that double. Mine's a token deck.
Yeah, so we'll get to that very soon. But first, I'm gonna add the actual clue tokens and everything. So one at a time. One at a time. Confront the. I'm just gonna put this in another window. Confront the unknown. Daring sleuth. Fleeting memories. And chat, do you want to run every single clue card, or only the better clue cards? Is there any threshold of how bad a card has to be that we'd cut it, or are we just gonna run every single one regardless?
I mean, the ones that are just like, do you play Deck in Stone?
Deck in Stone? I don't know what that is.
A Declaration in Stone. That's the one you turn an opponent's creature into clues.
And then, oh yeah, I know that one.
Standard All-Star.
I guess it depends on what the chat wants. No budgets, Emirate, every clue, just the better ones. Most clue cards. We go for just decentish cards. 0 for 1 for 5. Probably at most, if not all, clue cards. Let's try all the clues. Okay, well, we're adding all the clues first, and then from there we'll see if we want to do any more cuts. So here are all the cards that investigate. We got all the cards that just deal with clues, and now we're going to deal with all the ones that investigate. There are 25. There's going to be a little bit of overlap, but we're going to throw all of them into the deck. So I'm just typing them in. I don't know if there's a faster way to just get all of these in text form, but this is fine.
I went into Scryfall and did Oracle Investigate or Oracle Clue.
Oh yeah, and how many did that get for you? I think it's
that pulls up 29, which is 3 of those are clue stones from Dragon's Maze.
Oh, okay, so it's the exact same.
So,
it will be.
Yeah, it's got all 20. It's got all 26 investigate clue stuff.
Magnifying glass. Magnifying glass is a card that I just always shake my head because
I was gonna say
Seth loves that card, and I think it's so bad. It's so bad. But I mean, I guess it's fine. That's for answers.
For 7 mana, you can draw a card.
I know, and then every following card is just another 5, right? Wait,
no, each card is 7 mana.
Yeah, it's not good. It's a bad card.
Yeah, because you have to tap. It's free to cast and it's 4 taps, so it would be 9 mana the first time.
The first one is 10. Because you gotta tap Magnifying Glass.
True.
You pay 3 to cast Magnifying Glass, then you tap it, and 4 more. So it's 10. So your first card costs 10 mana. Is that not like?
I would say it's not.
I mean,
a good
you're
rate.
drawing.
Yeah, I would say it's not a very good rate.
Drawing cards at any cost. That sounds very Tomer to me.
It does.
Yeah,
definitely does.
All right, so without Anointed Procession, if we're just taking it out and we're running every single clue card, and I'm also adding clue stones, which, I mean, aren't technically clues, but let's...
For flavor.
For the flavor, we're going to add the clue stones as well. It's only $14 worth of cards, with our commander as well. So the beginning is pretty darn cheap.
Wow, Amaranth is cheap.
Yeah, Amaranth is only a 50-cent card. So if we want to be using Amareth's ability, we're going to want to run a bunch of artifacts. So the focus here is going to be a lot of artifacts, and I would even say if we want to go a little bit greedy and really want to focus on that synergy, in most Bant decks, I would focus primarily on like green ramp, like, you know, the rampant growths and whatnot. But in this case, I think it would be a little bit better to do artifact ramp.
Yes, like the talismans and the signets and
Yeah.
really go into the colors.
It's a little bit weaker because, you know, artifact removal will get us a little bit worse. But when we have Amareth on the battlefield, we can really go off with her ability, with getting stuff off the top of her library.
I feel like the first thing you want to add is like, does second harvest just do creature tokens, or is it all
I think
tokens?
there's all tokens.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm catching up on what Clue wants. So sorry, what chat was? I called them Clue. 6 minute drop card, yes. Sure, you add all the applicable artifact lands. Yes, artifact lands is good too. Wayfarer's Bauble, please. Yes.
I'm just looking at like metalcraft cards, because if we're making a lot of them, we might as well get some benefit off them.
All right, I guess we'll start with metalcraft. Yeah. I'm very interested after this deck is done to compare it to my 2016 Abomination.
Improvise stuff is going to be good too.
Yeah.
So first one is going to be Metalcraft. And I'm going to be looking here primarily for like utility spells or just cards that I feel are pretty powerful. Not really interested in like the vanilla creatures that are like a 3/3 for 1, which I don't think is going to get there. But Dispatch is like a really good one, I think. So I'm going to add Dispatch.
Absolutely.
There's Stoic Rebuttal, which is a counterspell, which just becomes counterspell if you have Metalcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but why not just play counterspell?
Flavor?
Flavor is good. I like flavor.
I guess that's not Metalcrafts are not on there yet, but there's the improvised mana leak.
Yeah, I've been playing it in Historic, and I can't remember what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Metallic Rebuke.
I would definitely add Mox Opal, but that's kind of, if we're trying to do like $200, that's probably not gonna
Is work. Mox Opal still expensive?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, because it got banned in Modern, and that was the only place I ever really saw it, so I wasn't sure.
Commander will keep it afloat.
I remember Rusted Relic in being the bane of every Modern Masters draft.
Mm-hmm. Vidalcan Humiliator. Is this a good card? Whenever it attacks? No. Okay. So after Metalcraft, we got Improvise, and then after Improvise, we'll get Fabricate.
Yes,
Spying Statuary is very good. Making all our clues tap for mana is actually kind of insane.
Yeah.
So Inspiring Statuary. And I'm gonna add. So whenever I do
Reverse Engineer.
Yeah. Whenever I do a deck, I like to do like a sort of checklist to make sure that I'm having a minimum of each thing. So while I'm making the deck itself, sometimes I will already like make a little segment it out a little bit, space it out a little bit, so I know how many like ramp spells and removal spells and whatnot are already in the deck. So I'm gonna add Inspiring Statuary as a, let's say, ramp card, because I think it's going to be most often ramp. Metallic Rebuke is, very good.
I was going to say Urza, but Urza's $36, so never mind.
Engineer is good. There's a lot of good ones here. Word of Invention.
A creature to recommend, Shimmer Dragon from Throne of Eldraine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'll add Shimmer
That's
Dragon.
A really
right
good
now.
one.
So we did Improvise. We need. Was it Fabricate? Not Fabricate. Was that?
It was Fabricate.
It was.
But there's a.
Oh, but that was the card.
No, there is a mechanic called Fabricate from Kaladesh.
Oh,
I don't.
But
Is that's the one that makes that you can either do counters or servos?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Affinity
I don't know if that really is on theme.
is Affinity the one we're looking for then?
Oh, Affinity. That's the one. Yep, Affinity's a good one.
Because there's like Forecast and
Mm-hmm.
other bits and pieces.
So from here, I think Blink Moth Infusion is probably a little bit too ambitious, but I always like the card. Mycosynth Golem is kind of interesting. Maybe. How much is it? It is an
Probably
11
a lot.
mana spell, but if we do have a lot of artifact, oh, okay, never mind. I just looked at the price. Never
I'm
mind.
getting more Modern Masters draft flashbacks.
Thoughtcast it is. Thoughtcast is a good one. Thoughtcast is definitely a good one. All right. So we have the. Let's add these cards. We're only at $22 right now, and we already have a pretty good start. I think one really easy thing to just fill out the deck a little bit is to kind of add some more of the ramp options. So first I'm going to just add a bunch of the signets. So Zora Signet, Selesnya Signet, and
Soul Ring.
Yeah, Soul Ring is a good one. Simic Signet. And then the Talisman Cycle. I think the green ones are actually kind of cheap. So I would...
Yeah.
Needed.
Yeah, so...
Don't forget Arcane
Curiosity.
Signet.
Yeah, I'm gonna add Arcane Signet as well. That's under $3 right now. So Curiosity, I think Progress is kind of expensive, and then we have one. Do we not have any more of them?
Curiosity, Progress, and Unity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also an old one. Okay. So the Talisman.
Yeah, the ally colored ones were from Mirrodin, and the enemy color ones are Modern Horizons.
Yeah. I think that the allied color one should get reprinted in Modern Horizons 2.
Oh, I see.
That'd be nice.
Someone in chat said Idol of Oblivion. That's a really solid one.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't need to worry too much about card draw spells since all our clues are card draw.
3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7,
The only
8.
other like card draw-esque spell I'd recommend is Aid from the Cowl.
Ooh, that's a good one.
All right, we got some good ramp. Okay, so Idol of Oblivion. All right, chat. Yeah, just throw it at me. What was Aid from the Cowl?
Yeah. It's a
That's
5 mana enchantment that has Revolt. And it's just as at the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, so if when you sack a clue, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent, you may put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your library.
Oh, interesting.
I feel
like
like
Blink Mothern.
Bygone Bishop. So Bygone Bishop is a really strong card in my Oketra deck. I don't know if if it'll trigger enough in this deck.
Well, it does.
Yeah,
it
you'd
does
have
make
to-
clues. So right now we have every single clue card, every single card that can generate clues in the deck. And I think the last step is if we have over 100 cards. We'll start removing them. CS Silkus, Wayfarer's Bauble. If Wayfarer's Bauble needs a reprint.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see how much it is. It's $3, so I think it's still fine. Like I took out one of the talismans because it was like $8, which I think was a little bit too much for one ramp card. Metalworker Colossus, yeah, we can add that. Except for magnifying glass, I don't know. I would rather cut like Graph Mold before the glass, because at least it's a 3 mana ramp card. That's still fine. We need a spirit that doubles your investigates. It's here. We have every single card that either investigates or deals with clues. All of them are in the deck already. Well, we can throw an Austere Command for now. Yeah.
Is
Grand
Declaration Stone in the deck?
Yes.
I guess that's on theme.
Mm-hmm.
Non-theme removal spell.
But it's more, yeah.
Those
And
are-
worst case scenario is you exile your creatures and make a bunch of clues, because it's the person who controls the exiled creature is the one who investigates.
Did I?
And it says target creature, not target creature, and opponent controls.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Huh.
you can target your own end.
We got the non-bow of focusing on artifact ramp and tireless tracker.
Yeah.
I mean, it can
Well,
become a beta.
it also still triggers once per turn, very fair and balanced.
The amount of cards that it will trigger once per turn.
Yeah, when tireless tracker only triggers once a turn, it's still a really good card.
Yeah. Sad robot. We can add sad robot.
Yeah, because you got to remember the commander will be drawing a bunch of artifacts. So.
Yeah, so adding more artifacts is always good. Trinket Mage and the cycle for tutoring. Trinket Mage can find a Soul Ring or wait for his bauble. I don't think that's good enough to warrant the slot yet.
Eternal Witness?
Eternal Witness is fine, yeah. Tinker is banned in Commander.
Is it?
Yeah. There is a kind pseudo equivalent to it, which is Arkham Dagson. I wonder if Arkham Dagson is the one that lets you. Does it let you sacrifice non-creatures? No, you have to sacrifice creatures.
So I just did a gather search for anything that says untapped artifact for the things that's like, oh, tap an untapped artifact and control X. Glacian, Power Stone Engineer.
Mm-hmm.
You tap him and X untapped artifacts you control to look at the top X and you put one of them in your hand. That seems really solid when you got a big pile of clues.
That's fair.
Where's that?
Unwinding clock.
Tom mentioned Shimmer Dragon.
Yeah. Shimmer Dragon's in there, yes. As long as you control 4 or more artifacts, Shimmer Dragon has Hexproof, and you can tap 2 untapped artifacts you control to draw a card, which is really good. Yeah, Glacian's kind of expensive. Clock of Omens, yeah. We got it. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control to untap target artifacts.
Yeah. So we can essentially ramp off our clue tokens.
Yeah.
Merchant Stockhand might be 2 mana intensive.
Yeah, big, yeah.
Because you got to pay 4 and then tap it and then tap X artifacts.
Yeah, that's a card that I've always tried to run, but then end up cutting because it's a bit slow. Blightsteel Colossus. I mean, maybe. Muzio? What? Muzio? I don't remember.
Muzio cares about the converted mana cost of your artifacts.
Yes.
I'm not sure that works very well with artifact tokens.
Well, we'll add it for now because we're going to be running a bunch of other artifacts as well to synergize with Amarath's ability. Great. Mechanized production. Ooh, that is definitely a way to win the game. Masterful
Whirler Rogue, and you tap 2 artifacts to make something unblockable. That might be worth it.
Whirler Rogue, sure.
There's Blink Muffin, beginning of each player's pre-combat main. If it's untapped, that player adds colorless for each artifact they control.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have like 10 clues, you can.
Oh, wow, it's only $1. That's insane.
And you can use stuff like Clock of Omens to tap it before your opponent's turn, so they don't get the mana off it.
Yeah, that's insane.
And any other effect that we have that'll tap artifacts.
Yeah.
Okay. So the list is we're already filling out the list pretty well, and we're only at $65. So this is actually pretty insane.
So you have metal. Okay, you fixed it.
Yeah, I got
there's a delay on the stream.
Yeah, so, it's a 10-second delay, unfortunately.
That's a little annoying, but whatever.
Yeah, the reason why is because YouTube doesn't support no delay at beyond 2040 resolution or whatever it is, 1080. So when I'm doing Magic Online to show the board a little bit better so the cards are more readable, I do the 10-second delay so I can do it 1080p. This one, now that we're doing a deck tech, it would be better if there was no delay, but I would have to end the stream and then restart, which is never great to do. YouTube no-like. Card turn clues into dudes. What's the name? Oh, yeah, so How many cards in this deck directly mention clues? I think 26 cards that either deal with clues directly. But people are mentioning now the token doublers. So I don't know.
Someone in chat mentioned Storm the Vault. That would be great if we were in red.
Yeah, that is a great card. What would be the search query that I would look for? Well, like season. I'm looking. There was like an Innistrad one that doubled.
Second harvest.
Yeah, second harvest. So I want to see what the wording is there. Create a token that's a copy. No, that's not gonna work. But we're gonna add it.
If an effect would create one or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. So if you put like, if an effect would create one or more, it might give you all the token doubles. There's Primal Vigor. That's symmetrical.
Is Primal Vigor tokens or is it creature tokens?
I'm not 100% sure.
I felt like
is.
That's like $40.
Oh man, they're all so expensive.
That's funny because I bought one for my Wart deck and it was like 20 any at the time.
Well, how about I add them now and we can discuss what we want the price to be, because maybe chat wants a higher budget deck. So I'll just add Doubling Season, Anointed Procession, and if chat wants a higher budget deck, then we can just keep them in. If we want a cheaper deck, I can make a cheaper version very quickly. Dark Depths and Thespian Stage. I mean, those are two very solid cards, but
they don't really support the theme.
Why do we want them in this deck?
Yeah, we're going to try to win something artifact related. Do you play Oko ever? I think Oko is very fantastic. Whenever you cast a spell, populate. So populate is a great mechanic. However, it only affects creature tokens, and since our artifacts, our clues are going to be non-creature tokens, we're only looking for stuff that can copy that. Growing Rat.
If you look at my Rubinia deck, there's probably a decent amount of cards there that would be good here. Since my Rubinia deck is also a token, like make copies of token stuff. So I have most of those effects in there.
I'm looking
and
over
it's also
it
banned.
now. End step, create a number of sculptures. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of all the populate ones don't really work too well. I guess Fury Artisan could be. That's $8. I'm looking. Cura, no.
I don't think there's a lot of effects that'll double your non-creature tokens, but most of them are probably there.
Yeah. Ooh, I really like Wargate. But this is not strictly thematic, but Wargate's really good. I'm gonna definitely add Nature's Claim.
I mean, I don't think Wargate's thematic for my populate deck either.
Yeah, it's just a very just a very effective card.
Someone's recommended a Seeker's Chariot, which I've just looked up. It does copy non-creature tokens.
How do you?
Oh, I forgot to put Essica's Chariot in in the Bant tokens deck.
Oh, that's a really
that
sweet
should be
card.
in my populate deck.
So whoever got that needs.
Yeah, nice.
Did a good job.
Yeah, wow.
That was like the whole thing that made me rethink this deck, and I forgot to put it in.
So we added. Oh, Master Transmuter is also very good. We can basically use a clue token to cheat out a big artifact. We don't have too many big artifacts right now. I guess 5 mana, cheating out a 5 mana thing is pretty solid. What deck are you guys building? We're building a budget clue token deck, and the price point is to be decided. We could actually do like different versions of the deck if people wanted to see a very quick and dirty way of doing that. It would basically like, do we want to run Paralyzed, Anointed Procession, and Doubling Season or not? That's where it comes down to. Immortal Sun's fine, but we're looking for Dance of the Mance. That actually is quite powerful in the deck.
Yeah.
Reanimating a bunch of artifacts and turning them into 4/4s.
Yes. We don't want to go too heavy on non-artifact permanents though, just because it will weaken Amareth. But
Yeah.
Right.
we're going to want to run, every single one that investigates, and the
if
very best of the ones that really work.
if we don't have enough ramp already, there's the mirrors that we might want, like gold mirror,
Maybe,
copper mirror, I think is the green one.
Yeah, and silver mirror.
Well, currently we have. Where are you, Grand Architect? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Clock of Omens is not. 16. We have about 17 ramp sources. So I think we're good on ramp for now.
Yeah, that sounds like more than enough ramp.
Yeah.
How much removal do we have?
Not enough. We're definitely looking for removal now. Chief Engineer and Vidalcan, they're good. Also, we don't have that many artifacts in the deck. Full
I wonder how many effects there are that are removal effects that scale based on how many artifacts you have.
I don't know about that, but I know about artifacts that work as removal in Meteor Golem and Spine of Ishar.
Oh. Yeah. I'm going to also add Oblivion Stone as a way to wipe the board.
Yes.
Ooh, does Psi trigger on just entering the battlefield?
Psi is when you cast artifact spells.
Oh, so that's a little bit weaker in our deck, but could still be decent.
And he sacks 2 artifacts to draw a card, but we can just sack 1 artifact and draw a card with all our clues.
Mm-hmm. Meteor Golem's in there. Unexpectedly Answered is I probably wouldn't run it. Cataclysmic
Unexpectedly Absent doesn't seem like it fits anything we're doing.
Yeah, it's a good spell, but it doesn't have a lot of synergy in the deck, I don't think. I'm gonna add the Gear Hulk. That sounds fun.
Oh, someone in chat suggested Scour Glass. That's
Marvel. Maybe Gaunty's Aetherheart.
I've never heard of the Scour Glass.
Scour Glass is an old card. 5 mana, sacrifice to destroy all permanents except for artifacts and lands. Activate this ability only on your upkeep.
Wow.
Sure, why not? Why not? Fractured Identity? I don't think so. Another reason why I suggest
Hourglass seems really good here. Or really on theme.
So this is kind of interesting. People are suggesting, where is it? Either Works, I think. Either Works Marvel. Let's see how much it is. Oh,
that
it's only $2.
That will get energy every time we sack a clue.
Yeah, whenever a permanent you control is put into the graveyard, you get an energy token. It's going to be slow because there's no energy in the deck, but we could work on it.
I mean, if we also have Gonti's Aetherheart, that also builds up energy really fast.
Yeah, I think adding these two are kind of fun. I'm going to do another search, and this one's going to be whenever an artifact enters the battlefield.
Oh yeah, someone in the chat, Bant Charm seems like really flexible or pretty. All the modes seem pretty relevant as solid removal options.
Yeah,
I put it in my Rubinia deck. Doesn't really have any synergy, but it's just solid.
Era of Innovation, is that worthy of it? We could pay 1 each time a clue enters the battlefield and make some energy. No, this is probably not good enough. Not good enough. But
it draws cards
very slowly.
Yeah, but I think we've got enough card draw in the deck when we've got a bunch of cards that draw cards, and then our clues also draw cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're good on the card draw aspect of it. Affinity
A
for
while
artifacts
ago,
of Brood
someone
Star.
suggested putting Niko in the deck.
Niko.
Because the shards are like clues but better, except for their enchantments, not artifacts. But
Yeah,
Niko
unfortunately.
also has
like
Niko also has the removal mode where you deal deal damage to something for each card you've drawn.
oh yeah. Oh, I'm just wondering what about cards that care about
That
the number of cards you've
Could
drawn.
be. I don't. That's the only part of Niko that I think would be like good. That doesn't really seem worth it.
I'm not convinced personally, just because it doesn't have synergy with our artifacts, and clues still cost a lot of mana to crack. They're 2 mana each time you want to activate them, so I don't think we're going to be in a lot of situations where we can like draw a ton of cards per turn. Any good targets for masterful replication?
Niko is like a really interesting card that I want to work somewhere.
Really?
I just don't think there's a deck
I mean,
for Niko.
I think it'll work with in an enchantress deck with like a lot of constellation effects.
Yes.
Like you just pay like, late game, you
It's-
draw it and you dump it all that mana into Niko, and it'll just.
It's only the constellation stuff though.
Mm-hmm.
None of the cast enchantment stuff.
Rampage of the Clans.
Oh, that's cute.
So
That turns all of our clue tokens
Oh
into
yeah,
creatures.
yeah, that's a.
Okay.
And isn't it an instant?
Yes.
So you can
In response to
end
Vandal
step,
Blast.
make a whole bunch of 3/3s, and then that could be a win condition.
Or like in response to a Vandal Blast, you go, I'll destroy my own artifacts.
Karn's
Turn them off.
Ether Heart makes clues 1 mana to activate. I know Karn. I know Gonti's Ether Heart. I have no idea. Do you mean Hearthstone? I think you mean Hearthstone. Right, this one? But it's creatures. Shrine of Loyal Legions being any good.
How many cards are we at?
We have enough cards at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I think we have 85, but I haven't added the lands yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we've got to cut back 20 cards.
Yeah, so
15 lands will be fine, right?
Yeah, so the last part that I like to do is add lands. And I'm going to do that by searching query. What? Wait, no. Produces. Was it this way?
You might want to do type land.
Could just do the commander identity colors on Scryfall and then land.
Yeah, T lands. That's going to be a lot to go through.
I usually go off of the lands that are on EDH rec.
Yeah, I usually do that as well.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, from this is going to be lands or like any. You want equal to. Ooh, let's try that. All right. Produces. Woog. Does that help? Kind of. But I'm not above using EDH rec. Let's see.
Spire of Industry?
Yeah, Spire of Industry is only $1. It's really good fixing. Spire of Industry. I always like to start with Spire of Industry, Command Tower, Path of Ancestry because it's super cheap and it tests for all colors, and Exotic Orchard. I think those are super easy ones to add immediately. And now let's look down on here. What are the utility lands? I guess Inventor's Fair would be the only thing here. Buried Ruin is fine.
Inventor's Fair actually is like seems super solid.
It is very solid. I'll throw it in.
If we were in red, Zerda would probably be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the question here, chat, is what budget point would you want for this deck? Because I could fill out a very powerful mana base with a bunch of untapped lands, but it's going to be expensive. Do you want a more budget-friendly version? What are you looking for an overall budget on this deck? 150? No budget. No budget?
$5.
$5
Oh,
or less?
there's actually a lot of reasons to be in red if we want to do this. If we to do the 4-color version, but we're not doing that. I'm just looking through the cards that are in the clue theme on EDH Trek.
Yeah, so red gives us access to a lot of ways to sacrifice our clues for additional value, like Goblin Welder and Goblin Engineer and the Ready and all those powerful abilities. The reason why I kind of got
Storm the Vault.
Yeah, the reason why I got super excited about Bant version is because the Bant version clues are only in Bant, so red doesn't give any access to extra clues. And once you go like 4-color, it kind of feels like you have so many superior options for artifact manipulation that like the clue main theme kind of gets put down to the side, and you're like Rhea or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I like so that's why I like Bant, because it just focuses on the clue aspect of the deck. Please keep it under 100.
I think that might be hard. Wait, how much is it at the moment?
100. 3 people are saying 100, 150. Under 100 is definitely very easy to do, but we need to cut the doubling cards, the Anointed Procession, Doubling Season, and Parallel Lives.
If we need any other win conditions, the Antiquities War seems strong.
Yeah, it's in the deck. It's very solid. The 3rd chapter turns all our clues into things. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure if we I was like I'm still going over the EDA Trek page.
Yeah. Okay, so chat wants $100, which is definitely doable. I'm taking out 3 cards, the mana doublers, and look at the price. Yeah. It's from $200 to $96.
So we have to somehow, as we know, then Mike, because we're having to take cards out. So
we need to put in lands. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to take like 20 cards,
and then we like edit down like the weaker cards and maybe figure out what's missing in the deck and fill in the gaps that way. So doing lands is pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna add whatever seems.
Do we have any graveyard effects already?
Graveyard synergy effects? I don't think there's...
No, Graveyard Hate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Graveyard Hate. I mean, worst case is we put a Scavenger Grounds in.
Yeah, we can add a Scavenger Grounds.
I wasn't sure if... I don't think there's really any on... I don't think there's any exile cards from a Graveyard Investigate.
No, but...
Although if we ever revisit Investigate, there definitely should be.
Unfortunately, I don't think we will, because that was just, I think, something introduced for Shadows.
Well, I think it's a theme that can show up again.
I'm surprised it didn't become a mainstay.
I want more clues.
Ooh,
I'm surprised it didn't become a mainstay like Treasures did.
Yeah, I want more clues, because clues are really... I think clue tokens are really cool. And it's a way that would give... that they could give white like actual card draw.
Well, I mean, they said they'll be doing it soon.
So yeah, so maybe clues are coming back.
I would love that. That made me so happy. Enlightenment. Yava Mind's Coast is really cheap. I'm also not opposed to just running like just basic tap lanes. Myriad Landscape.
Okay, yeah, I just went through the whole EDA Trek page on clues, and I didn't really see anything that stood out.
I think, yeah, Sherlock Holmes Secret Lair drop would be really fun. I would like a Sherlock Holmes-esque Bant commander though. That would be really fun. We have one Daring Sleuth, but if it was Bant and a commander, that'd be cool. All right.
And now I need to figure out what to cut from Rubinia to make room for Essica's chariot.
Yeah,
I mean, if we ever get like a plane that's is it Victorian London or whatever period of time Sherlock Holmes is from, that sort of.
I mean, that's kind of an Estrade.
It's got little bits and pieces, but it's not really.
I guess there's not really an England world, is there?
I mean, Lorwyn's is probably as close as you'll get right now.
Yeah, I guess Victorian England would be the closest thing they have for that is Innistrad, because it's just like a hodgepodge of like all of Europe, right?
Yeah.
They're not really specific. It's like a lot of Germanic. I know there's like a lot of Germanic influence there, like the Geists and everything are just spirit, word spirit in German.
I'd like to see the Wild West made into a plane, but not as in like gunslinger stuff, but taking like themes from the Wild West and turning it into magic, putting it into magic.
I know that in one of the great designer searches, someone was trying to make a Wild West themed set. It didn't work out very well, but it was cool.
Like I could imagine like roving bands of mages going around and stealing from each other.
That would be sick. Oh man, we have so many cuts we have to do still.
I want to see I want to see a gang of wizards in cowboy hats, riding on horses and robbing robbing carriages.
I mean, nobody thought we were going to get like Fairy Tale World or Giant Monster World, and we got both of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of weird that we went to a lot of. It's kind of weird that we went to a lot of places that I wouldn't have expected before we went to like a Victorian England place. Am I missing any of these? I might be missing some of these. Gray pelts. Yep, missing that one. I'm just adding a bunch of tap lands that tap and add 2 colors and.
Hey, I think all the lands from those 2 color lands from Kaldheim are pretty good. I mean, the ones that are like 1 color, they tap for 1 color of mana, but they have an active ability of a different color as well that lets them
the realm lands.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be adding them now.
like I put the blue-black one and the blue-red one in my budget Grixis reanimator deck just because they were good.
Huge.
The blue, I think the blue-black one is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, Seed of this. Oh, I wanted to add the artifact lands too.
Yeah, so Seat of the Synod, Ancient Den, and what's the green one? Is there a green one?
Yeah. Tree of Tales.
Tree of Tales.
And then
And also Darksteel Citadel.
Yeah, Darksteel Citadel.
Oh man, Darksteel Citadel when Antiquity War hits its 3rd chapter, 5/5 indestructible.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty sweet. What are the Kaldheim ones? How do you?
If only we could play the Tezzerets, the black Tezzerets.
I mean, we could play the mono blue Tezzerets.
They're ludicrously expensive.
Yeah, they're planeswalkers.
Is the Tezzeret Artifice the one from M19? Is that one expensive?
Do you know the name?
I think
is it Artifice Master?
I think it's Artifice Master.
Tezzeret Artifice Master. Let's see how much he is. He's not too bad.
But that's also just more card draw, which I think we have plenty of.
Okay, he's gone now. All right, so I added up a couple lands. Gonna have to cut down a few. And I think we're at 128 cards. I think 36 or so lands would be good. 36, 37. Maybe we'll flex some MDFCs in there. And I'm just going to start cutting down some of the cards. We don't even need to focus on the expensive ones because we're already at $100. So if we take 28 cards from here, that's already going to be enough, I think. Seaside Citadel. Seaside Citadel is fine. Yeah, we'll add that. When in doubt, cram it out? No. Alright. So I'm just gonna start taking like what I consider the weakest of the lands. And not really worry about the budget right now. Because I think our budget's kind of fine. So I guess we're gonna start taking out the duels that don't really do much. I guess we actually don't care about the yeah. Alright, take those out. Take these out. Five, 5, 5, I think is a fine number. 37 lands, 22 cards to cut. This is gonna be a bit. This is gonna be a hot minute. All right, the dock hands I think is gonna be a nice easy cut.
So some of the really bad clue makers, maybe.
I guess
That's
like
like-
graph mole, right? It doesn't make a clue, so I think that's safe to cut out at this point. Did Shimmermere make it? No, because we don't really actually have that many artifacts. We have a lot of stuff that produces artifacts.
One thing that I found comes up surprisingly often in Commander is like I don't usually put effects that gain life in my deck, and then I find, oh hey, I'm really
You wish
low
you
on
could get
life
some
and I don't have
life.
any way to recover.
Yeah, that is true. Having some way to like tutor up and find a way to not die is good. So maybe we just keep Graphmole for the sake of saying that we have every single
Like
time.
I bring that up because it's come up in like I've thought about having like a Soul Warden or something in my Oketra deck.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm keeping every single card that says investigate or clues or any of that stuff. Yeah, I think the Juggernaut. If the Juggernaut had trample, I would keep it, but unfortunately, it does not. Is this kind of a big beater? Glacian is 6 mana, but it does have a good effect. It fills our graveyard, which is not necessarily something we care about.
Oh wow, I thought Glacian was 4 mana for some reason.
Yeah, he's kind of expensive. I'm gonna give him a little cut. He's also not an artifact himself, so he doesn't really work with the rest of what we got.
Darn.
Dance of the Mance. I'm gonna keep every single stuff that says investigate because that's what we're doing. I like all these other cards. Man, cuts are gonna be difficult. Masterful Replication. Yeah, we don't really have much going on. Well, do we have anything big artifact-wise that we want to copy all our clues into? We don't really. Hey, Stefan, how's it going? Is Dance of the Mance good? I think it is. It turns all our creatures into big stuff. It doesn't
Dance of
return.
the Mance.
It only just returns artifacts and enchantments.
I think we have
And
enough.
it turns.
Yeah, it only turns those into it. But I think it's still good enough.
How many more cuts do we need?
17. All right.
Whittling it down.
Let's take out the crypt because I added the Soul Guide Lantern, which I prefer. Thrain Turbine I think is a little bit too cheeky. I think we take out the clue stones because they're not really clues, and we have 17 ramp.
Yeah, that's.
And they're pretty bad in comparison to the other like artifact ramp we have.
Yeah. Okay, now it's getting a little bit more difficult. Now I'm getting a little bit stumped. Now we have 12 cards that we need to cut. Hey Diego, what's the main game plan of the deck? This is a clue deck. So we're running every single clue card or cards that care about clues, and then we're building a cohesive deck around it. So it's an artifact deck. The main way of winning the game is either some beatdowns in the air or with some big creatures, or we turn all our clues into beaters themselves with Antiquities Bore, or we win the game with mechanized production. Those are our main sources of winning.
To be honest, mechanized production is probably going to be the main source because it's going to be probably the easiest one to pull off.
I think the Aether Heart and Marvel is probably too slow. I agree with that.
Are there any MDFCs that we'd want?
I think.
I guess we're already at the. I feel I sort of slam Balaget Recovery into every green deck I make.
I kind of like it more than Eternal Witness here because we don't have any way of getting back Eternal Witness or blinking or getting any value out of it. So the flexibility of
being able to become land is better.
I think so. I'm gonna replace it like so.
I love Balaget Recovery.
Yeah, I think it's a very good card. So Aetherworks and Aether Heart are gone. We still need 10 cards that we need to cut, which is insane.
I was in a Discord call with one of my friends last night. We were going to be watching something together. And I'm like, okay, first, here's the deck I'm playing tomorrow. I need to make some more cuts. This is just reminding me of that.
I don't make cuts in my deck. I just say I'm building to this amount, and I just then pick which ones. I go through like, well, do I take this one or this one instead of putting them all and then cutting them later.
I go back and forth on what approach I'm going. It depends on how deep, on whether I'm more likely to get too many or too few.
Oh, Whirler Rogue. I'm cutting Whirler Rogue. I'm sorry. Just run it like it is and say it's a moto bug. You have tons of other ramp. Cut 2 basics.
Is the creature that you bounce an artifact and put an artifact into play? Yeah. Do we get much out of that?
It is ramp, which is cute, but we do have a lot of ramp in our deck.
I mean, it lets
and
us
also there's not even
like the speed
I feel like there's not that many big artifacts that we're dropping into play. Like it's mostly just spine.
It's really good with like a meteor golem or a spine. It's also instant speed is nice. But for the sake of just trying to find cuts, I'm going to just cut it. I don't know if that's correct, but we do need to cut 8 more cards. So if there's anything we're on the fence with, I think is just a good chance to just remove. The dragon isn't that great. I think the dragon's actually fantastic. I will defend this dragon here because
Tap
every single
2
turn,
clues, draw a card, and then you can draw 2 cards from those clues.
Yeah,
and it just protects itself just by having clues.
Yeah. What are we grabbing with Wargate? Nothing in particular. It's just basically whatever we need at the time. The nice thing about Wargate, though, is like this card is so absurdly good that you could just pay 3 mana and X equals 0, and you can find literally any land in your deck and put it onto the battlefield.
Might be a reason to keep Tormod's Crypt, honestly.
Well, I put
although doing 4 mana isn't that much different than 3.
Yeah. I'm not
like
sure.
If you're desperate for that graveyard hate on turn 3, then it would come in handy. But
if you just like absolutely need graveyard hate on turn 3, you're probably losing anyways.
Yeah.
Beginning of your end step, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, reveal top. If it's a permanent card,
Chariot might not be doing enough in this deck.
Yeah, that's.
Every time it attacks, you make another clue.
It's a bit slow. It is so It's like so like thematically it works, but it is very slow. We'll take that.
The kitties are so cute.
Kitties are cute.
What are we at now?
We still have 7 more cuts.
Oof.
I don't want to go below 36 lands. I could cut a land. I know that it's kind of a meme to cut lands.
You say that, but next time you play it, you'll find yourself just low on
I
lands.
know. Like, MDFCs are not... I consider the ones that MDFCs that enter the battlefield tapped. I do not consider land replacements. That's just me. The ones
Usually
that
when
enter
I'm
tapped.
when I'm counting the lands in my deck, I usually count 2 MDFCs as 1 land.
Mm-hmm.
So like my Oketra deck has all 6 white MDFCs and 35 lands normally, so I count that as like 38 lands, which is I think a pretty solid number for a mono white deck.
Yeah, you also have to think about in which situation are you. There's only a small number of situations where you're going to be playing it as a land.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something that surprised me is that even the ones that I'm like that I have in there is like, well, I don't know if I'm ever really going to cast this card, but I might as well throw it in. I actually do more often than I think I'll need to cast them as spells instead of lands. And it's like, oh hey, this is nice to have.
All right, I'm cutting the replication just because we have very minimal good artifact creatures to copy, or artifacts in general to copy our clues into, because they usually have like into the battlefield triggers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Clock of Omens? Clock of Omens?
I mean, Clock of Omen, if we have an artifact land or any of our artifact ramp spells, you can tap 2 clues to make an extra mana, basically.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That seems really, really solid.
Yeah.
But we also do have enough ramp effects, so.
What do you think about Aid from the Cowl? Because it doesn't go into our hand. We could whiff with 24 cards in our deck. So I'm not positive on that one. It does go straight into the battlefield, though. I really like that effect.
Yeah.
We'll consistently trigger it. 6 more cards, though. 6 more cards.
Aid from the Cowl as... I think Aid from the Cowl does seem a really solid card advantage thing when we're sacrificing permanents a bunch, but all our clues are also card advantage, so... I mean, it might not be necessary.
Yeah.
Grand Architect. Tap and untapped. Oh, this one should just be cut. We don't have that many blue creatures, and we're going to use it to cast.
I thought Grand Architect turned artifacts into mana. Okay,
it can, but it requires mana.
It also requires the artifacts to already be creatures.
Yeah.
I thought you could tap the clues to pay for their own sacrifice cost, and that would be nuts. But no, you have to tap creatures.
Sai maybe isn't doing enough because we only have 18 artifact spells.
I don't think Sai is doing enough at all because it's like, hey, you can sacrifice two artifacts to draw a card. It's like, cool. All our individual artifacts already sacked to draw cards, so.
We have we have 23. We have 23 artifacts on the deck right now.
It's mainly just of cast triggers instead of like into the battlefield triggers.
Yeah. All right. We'll cut Sai.
Yeah.
Can you see your mana curve? Visually on this, cannot, but I can show you as soon as we update.
So we need like 2 cuts now.
Oh boy.
We don't. We're not gonna have enough for. We're not gonna have enough for Amareth, are we? Like this is sort of the problem I was running into when thinking about having Amareth as the Bant populate commander, is that I just didn't have that many creatures in the deck.
I mean, with Amareth, I think it's less you want to focus more on one thing and just have a fair amount of every permanent type.
Okay, yeah,
which it can do.
I think we will want to maybe cut down on spells a bit, but then we don't really have a lot of utility going on.
Yeah. Okay, hear me out. Maybe it's possible that a clue deck isn't actually good.
No. That's...
I mean, that was.
This is definitely playable. I'm gonna be playing it on Stream Friday, I think. Isn't Indomitable, Archangel, and Rampage of Clans kind of a bit of a non-bo? Rampage was in target. But maybe the Angel is not really doing too much in our deck. Because I don't think giving our clues Shroud is an effect we really care about. Ooh, Nature's Claim dispels Capsule. I like that swap. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Okay.
So the blue capsule is more card draw. I don't think we need that.
No, and is there a green capsule?
The blue
No,
capsule's
they were
unsummon
Esper
effects.
artifacts.
I think the blue
Okay.
capsule's
There's
an
a white one, a
unsummon
blue one,
effect.
and a black one. Black one's Executioner's capsule. That one's really solid.
It is.
He's playing like Glitter the Trayer.
Got room for KCI? No. We're trying to keep it under $100, which we're actually handily doing at this point.
Also, I think we've established that we're good on both ramp and card draw,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't need any more of those effects.
Yeah, KCI is more of a sort of just win condition. Seal cleansing. KCI is pretty cheap. No, it's like $20, I think. Maybe we. I don't even know anymore.
Someone in chat said, "What's the finisher?" The finisher is, "Look at all my clues. How can you beat this?"
Mechanized Production is a pretty legit finisher.
Yeah, Mechanized Production, Rampage of the Clans,
Antiquities
War. Those all seem. I think those are all really, real strong ways to end the game.
I'd say out the three, Rampage is the surprise win con because no one will see it.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast that, everyone's gonna be like, "Wait, let me read that card."
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Why?
You know what? I'm gonna cut the Colossus. It does not have trample. I don't know if this is incorrect or not, but
it's. I mean, I think the main thing about Colossus is that it's easy to recur.
It is,
but it's not like it doesn't recur to the battlefield. It's
that's the thing. You still have to pay 11 mana to. Oh wait, no, you don't have to pay.
Yeah,
but are we going to have enough artifacts with converted mana costs?
Yeah, it doesn't work with clues as well. It returns very easily. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we cut Dance. Do we? Yeah, there's really few artifacts that we want to get back. But
yeah.
All right, Dance of the Mance. Oh, we don't have Mirrodin Besiege in the deck? We could add that.
Mirrodin Besieged. It's like,
no, it doesn't.
I don't. I think
really.
Mirrodin Besieged wants us to have artifact cards.
Yeah.
As either spells to make mirrors or artifact cards in the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
I just realized that Confront the Unknown could be could also be a surprise win condition if you have enough clues and you pump Amaranth.
Yeah, that could actually be really fun. I'm actually thinking about cutting Bant Charm as the last card to cut. Because it doesn't really do anything with clues, but I mean, it's a very good card. It is a very good card. Alright, I'm just going to do it. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it. I'm cutting it. And that'll be it. That's the last cut.
Actually, Bygone Bishop might be something. Might be something we want to cut instead because we have enough card draw and there's not enough things to trigger it.
But our goal was not to cut any cards with clues.
That's fair.
That is true. That was the end goal.
Yeah, I think it was either Bait Charm or cut like one of our board wipes because we have Oblivion Stone, we have Scour Glass, and both of them are like tutorable.
I think the correct cut, quote correct end quote cut would be Bygone Bishop. but also if we're being quote correct end quote, we would not be playing a clue deck.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing is we're already going pretty jank. So I think this is wow. It's only $88. We could even add something spicy instead.
One of the token doublers.
I don't think so. The cheapest ones in my possession are like $30,
Oh, okay,
How
yeah.
much is Parallel Lives?
like 40.
Do we have Second Harvest in here?
Yes.
Or wait, or Second Harvest is just. I already asked this.
Yeah, it's
it
a
is
one
just
time.
tokens, not creature tokens.
Yeah.
It is a one time. I think this deck is actually looking pretty solid. I don't know. It has a lot of card draw effects. It dirtles. We might have a bit too much removal. Maybe.
I thought we did
Brainstorm
have
instead of Austere Command. How about maybe that?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Like, if we're going to cut a board wipe, it probably should be Austere Command because it doesn't synergize.
It's a very good board wipe, but we have Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, we have Scourglass, and we have Oblivion Stone as our board wipe. So I feel like one more spot
yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think we need 4 board wipes for this
Okay.
deck.
Okay, I think we got there. It is
I mean,
an
if you want to win with
$87
the
deck.
clues,
Pardon, what?
I was gonna say, if you want to win with the clues, having board wipes is going to be having at least, I'd say at least 3 is a good idea.
Yeah, and tutorable ones are great too. So
Yeah.
the artifact ones synergize really well because we have Weird Invention, and Wargate to find them when we need them.
Yeah.
So this deck is actually looking not terrible. It's not amazing by any means. I mean, our worst cards are definitely the clue cards, but which there are a lot of. But despite that, I mean, we do have a way to actually win the game. Isn't Gear Hulk a non-bow? I mean, Oblivion Stone and Scourglass are also non-bows, but their main purpose is when we're behind, we cast them to catch up. And in that regard,
Scourglass
they're
is
fine.
probably the least non-bow.
Yeah, it is the slowest though. Like we have to wait in full turn cycle.
True.
So I've seen a lot of Scourglasses just get removed before you actually get to pop them, which is the unfortunate part. But regardless, I think this deck is actually, it's not terrible. It's actually not terrible. I'm actually excited to play it. We can even I'm going to add Inventor's Fair into the deck because why not, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, Inventors, even as just like passively gaining a life every turn, is not the worst. And a land that's a tutor is
And that's
sick.
being able to get like a Oblivion Stone off it'll be really good.
Yeah. It's going to always be activated essentially.
Depending on how well this does in gameplay, this could be this might be future budget commander material.
I mean, I'd run it in Budget Commander. I don't think this deck is fantastic by any means. I think it's
I mean,
pretty
neither
much
is
on the Jank side.
Moonfolk.
Yeah. But it can still steal wins. Like it has some powerful abilities. It's just kind of clunky and inconsistent. But yeah, I think that'll do it. I think we got there. $100 budget clue token deck. We're even below the budget, which is actually hilarious.
Yeah, that's
Do we have top? Emerald does go nut. Yeah, we can add. I might tweak the deck a little bit in the
isn't
future.
top also $50 though?
Yeah,
It's
but
probably very expensive.
it does open up the idea of maybe adding some more cards that scry that are artifact related. I'll have to look into that afterwards. But artifacts that have like powerful scry abilities for Amaranth might be something that we want to consider. Maybe there's some other artifacts.
Lifecrafter's Bestiary,
Yeah,
Crystal Ball. Well, Crystal Ball's really slow.
yeah. If there's anything particularly
Treasure map.
great. If we were in blue-black, then there's like a Contraband Kingpin or something is really good.
Contraband Kingpin would be
Growing-
really sweet.
What are people saying growing ranks? What is growing ranks?
Growing ranks is at the beginning of your upkeep populate.
Oh,
That doesn't work.
Only
It
with
does not
creatures.
work.
Only with creatures. Yeah, populate doesn't work with clues. Mystic Forge, we don't have enough colorless cards, I don't think, to run Mystic Forge. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I think this is a pretty solid deck list. I think in terms of how solid like a budget clue deck can really be. I think I'm going to be running this. I'm going to be running this on Friday's stream for sure. I love clues, and the last time I tried it out was
clues are sweet.
Yeah, 2016, I think.
I mean, we saw the first time I played Oketra, and I went off with Raven Inspector.
Yeah, this deck.
Let me tell you, when I get a setup in that deck with like White Mane Lion and a Bygone Bishop and Anointed Procession, it gets kind of nuts.
Yeah. There's potential for this one as well. All right, but that will be it for the stream, everyone. That was a nice communal build of the $100 clue deck. Definitely was not planned to do this. Kind of goofed with the Magic Online falling apart, but I don't know. I think it
ended well.
Yeah, I think this kind of ended up pretty well, and I'm going to be running this on the Friday stream. So if you want to see this deck in action and see if it actually can do anything, Friday stream is when we're going to be doing that. So that'll be pretty sick. And then big thanks to like Kaiju and Cannon for helping me with this impromptu deck building thing.
I'm not sure how much I actually contributed, but I was glad to be here.
Oh, you definitely did. I love the back and forth, and also just like being able to talk to people about all the things, and then figuring out which cuts are good and all that stuff. That was really nice to have. And thank you, chat, for all the help as well and all the suggestions. This was a group effort, and hopefully it's not trash. We'll find out. And I'll be back Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and until next time, friends. Later. Bye.